Hello, welcome. We are here tonight to hear about bladder and urinary issues in pets with Andrea Parsons. My name's Christy Diaz, and I'm just going to be assisting with the slideshow tonight. The main attraction is Andrea, and she'll probably tell us a little bit more about herself, but I've known her for about 4 years, and I know that she has a background in medicine, and she is just a wonderful human being, so knowledgeable. I can ask her about all sorts of different topics, and she usually has a story to tell that'll go along with it. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Andrea, and thank you so much for tonight.
You're welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Parsons, and I'm excited to be here with you today. Just discuss the bladder and urinary issues in our pets. For those of you that do not know me, like Christy said, I've actually been with pawTree for a little over 4 years. And I witnessed incredible improvements in the health of my own pets with pawTree products. Before joining pawTree, I worked as a nurse, so caring for others kind of trickled down into our fur kids. So, this has always been a passion of mine, is to always help people find things to help with their pets' issues. Today, I'm eager to share some important signs to watch for regarding bladder health in pets and ways to help them live happy, healthy lives. The reason I'm so passionate about this subject is due to two of our fur kids, Brooks and Sadie. Brooks was a surrender. He was surrendered to us late one evening, and the reason was number one, he was having a lot of seizures, and number two, he was nipping everyone, so he was kind of being an angry kid. So brought him to us late one night. I didn't know how well potty trained he was, so I put on a belly band. And of course, the next morning when I went to let him out to go potty, took the belly band off, and I noticed one little spot of darkness, and I was like, I bet that's blood. So for a UTI. So called my vet, told him what was going on, and he said, "Go ahead and bring him on in, and we'll check him out." Did a urinalysis, and sure enough, he had blood in his urine. So then we did an ultrasound to check it for bladder stones. Yep, there was a bladder stone. So then we went ahead and did an x-ray so we could see how big this was. And sure enough, it was too big for him to pass. So what happens when you're trying to urinate and something cuts it off? It can cause your bladder to spasm, which can then lead to seizures. So we did surgery within like 2 days because it was an emergent thing. And since then, I've had him on the Bladder Support Plus in the pawTree food, and he's never had another bladder stone. We've had him for a little over 2 years. No seizures, no nothing. He's great. My other fur kid, Sadie, due to spaying, she developed an incontinence issue. She would just be standing there, happy-go-lucky, and be wetting the floor, and she wouldn't notice it. And then, of course, all of a sudden, she'd notice it and freak out because she knew she wasn't supposed to do that. She's supposed to go outside. So I put her on the Bladder Support Plus as well. And it took probably around 3 to 4 months before all of a sudden, no problems. So I still give it to her every day. And she is now, she's been on it now for about 4 years, I guess, for a long time, 3 or 4 years. But she's had zero problems now. So I am a testimony to, or both dogs are testimonies to the Bladder Support Plus. So we can go ahead and get started. So a urinary tract infection, which is often referred to as a UTI, can involve any area in the urinary tract, which could include the kidneys, ureters, which are tubes that carry the urine outside to the bladder for storage, and the urinary bladder, and the urethra, which carries the urine outside of the body. A UTI could involve any of these areas, although usually when a UTI is referenced, it generally refers to a bladder infection in dogs. In cats, a UTI is frequently used to refer to a common inflammatory condition of the feline bladder, which is necessarily a bladder infection. This can be a bit confusing. However, many dogs and cats experience UTIs or urinary tract issues or UTIs. This is a commonly seen issue at veterinary clinics today. They see tons of them. So why do pets get UTIs? To understand this, you need to understand your pet's urine pH. And to do that, it's important to understand the pH scale. So 7 is about neutral. Everything above 7 is alkaline. Everything below is acidic. And really, that's basically it. Cats and dogs have a slightly higher acidic urine pH. Remember, acidic means lower than 7. Ultimately, between 6.5 is where urine is sterile. It's difficult for bacteria to grow in that sterile environment. But when the urine gets higher than the optimal level, it becomes alkaline, and your pet can end up with a potential infection. As pet parents, we know the early signs of bladder problems and we understand what's going on behind them. We can get our fur babies the help they need faster. So let's talk about some of the symptoms of bladder and urinary tract issues to watch out for. Your pets can get chronic inflammation of the bladder, which can be very painful for them, hence Brooks. This is where the lining of the bladder becomes inflamed and sometimes bleeds. You may notice blood in their urine, which if you do see blood in their urine, they may have bladder stones or other serious conditions. So that's always something that you call your vet immediately, get them in as soon as possible. Also, when the urine pH elevates, this can lead to urinary crystals or stones. This can irritate and cause inflammation to the bladder. So this is the alkaline environment in a high pH. Minerals can settle out of the urine and form together to create crystals. If crystals are left in the bladder long enough, those crystals can bond together and create stones. You may have heard the term struvite crystals or struvite stones. These types of crystals or stones are most common due to the high urine pH level or high alkaline. Sometimes symptoms could be excessive water consumptions. Your pet is drinking more water than usual, which in turn you'll see more frequent urination. They may be unable to hold their urine or for a normal amount of time. For a dog, they could suddenly be urinating around the house, which is not normal for them, or wanting to go outside more often. For females, they may squat for a long period of time and then walk a few little bit, squat again, and then squat again. Multiple times in a row. For males, they may lift their leg for a long period of time, like they're urinating, or multiple times in a row. I usually try to just kind of watch to make sure they have a good flow. If they seem to be standing there for excessive long, amount of time. For cats, if they're making more frequent trips to the litter box, that's a sign. On average, cats go to the bathroom on average around 5 times a day. They're nocturnal, so the majority of the time is usually in the evening. But if you see that they're going more and more to the litter box, well, you might need to go get them checked. When a fur baby starts urinating inside the house or outside the litter box, pet parents often mistake bladder or urinary issues for behavioral problems. So your pet. Usually this is going to be a misunderstanding, which may put off essential treatment and extend their discomfort. So again, just your pet. Anything out of the ordinary, I just get them checked. So if your adult dog or cat is urinating inside the house or outside the litter box, this could just be a sign of several different urinary issues. This is especially true if only a small amount of urine comes out each time. For painful urination, they may be straining to urinate, or difficulty urinating could also indicate bladder stones or other urinary conditions. As mentioned before, there could be blood visible in your pet's urine or in the litter box. The urine could also be dark or cloudy. They may strain to urinate. Pets are constantly licking their urinating openings. That can be a sign. If your pet suddenly loses bladder control and is dribbling urine like Sadie did, wasn't even aware, that's a definite sign. If your pet is vomiting or appears lethargic, that is a definite sign to get them to the vet. Or if your pet doesn't want to eat. These are all signs that may indicate a potentially serious issue with your pet's urinary tract or bladder. A trip to your trusted veterinarian is warranted. They'll be able to diagnose your baby and create a treatment plan. Of course, it could be something else. However, there could be something else lurking. For instance, some causes of excessive water consumption can be diabetes mellitus or Cushing's syndrome or hypothyroidism for cats, or even kidney failure. So there are other things that may need to be ruled out as well, which can be done with a simple blood panel and urine culture. So it's not always going to be the bladder infection, but those are the signs that might tell you that they are a bladder infection, which was the list that we went through just a second ago. For cats, your cat could be urinating in places other than in their litter box to other reasons. Cat owners know that cats like a clean litter box. So if the litter box is dirty, has a dirty spot in it, some cats may seek a different area to relieve themselves. So as long as the litter box is clean and they're still urinating outside of it, that can be a reason to get your cat seen. So prevention is the best way to watch out for your pet's future and save you both stress and worry. Here are some ways to keep your pet's bladder and urinary health in good condition. Good nutrition. Food is the foundation of good health. We hear that about ourselves. It's the same for your pets. If your fur baby is prone to bladder urinary issues, look for a food that moderates the intake of minerals like calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium. These ingredients can cause crystals to form in their urine. Yearly vet visits are key to your pet's well-being. When you take your fur baby to the vet regularly or at the first sign of a problem, you'll catch a bladder urinary issue early enough to treat them more easily. Preventative supplements. So giving your fur baby a supplement support and maintain bladder health may prevent urinary issues in the future. Being a proactive pet parenting or parent includes supplements, good food, yearly vet visits, and healthy habits that support their well-being, like constant access to fresh water. If your fur baby is their usual happy-go-lucky self acting normally, they're probably appropriately hydrated. But if they exhibit any of these following symptoms, they may be dehydrated. Lethargic or weak, dry, sticky gums, a dry nose, excessive panting, eyes that are sucking into their sockets. Especially pay close attention to your fur baby's water intake during summer months. If you're worried your fur baby may be dehydrated, offer them fresh water and call your veterinarian immediately. So how much water should my dog or cat be drinking? Adult dogs should be drinking approximately 1 ounce of water per pound of their body weight per day. Keep in mind that puppies will need to drink a lot more than this. Cats should drink about 4 or 5 ounces per 5 pounds of body weight per day. Cats who eat wet food, though, may need less as compared to those who eat kibble. Remember, heat plays a big role in how much water your fur baby should drink. The hotter it is, the more water your pet may need. So tips to keep your pet hydrated in summer. 1, you can switch from a water bowl to a fountain. Pets usually prefer running water over stagnant water. It's a preference passed down by their ancestors who understood that running water was safer to drink. So think about that. Offer them a frozen treat. A popsicle is a great rehydrating solution for dogs and cats. If your pet is exposed to high temperature, offer your pet an ice cube. You can even add a bit of bone broth or paw parings to the ice cubes to make them a special treat. Make sure the ice is small enough so that there's no risk of choking if swallowed whole. Especially puppies, they tend to get in a little rush. We all recommend checking with your pet dentist to make sure your pet's teeth can handle the ice. So what key ingredients should you look for in a bladder support supplement? Number 1 is the D-mannose and cranberry help prevent bacteria from adhering to the bladder lining and encourage bacteria to be flushed out naturally. Number 2 is glucosamine. This is one of the building blocks of the protective lining of the bladder. And number 3 is the marshmallow root. It's a herb that is rich in mucilage. I had to look that up on how to say it. It helps to soothe irritation and reduces occasional discomfort of the urinary tract. Bladder Support Plus is pawTree's veterinarian developed chew that contains all the above key ingredients. So all the 3 ingredients we just spoke about. And it's designed to support and maintain the normal function of the urinary tract in both cats and dogs. Excuse me. Just a small tasty chew contains a comprehensive formula to support bladder health, maintain normal pH levels, and promote optimal urinary tract health. Bladder Support Plus is a supplement that is developed by veterinarians and PhDs in animal science. This supplement helps flush bacteria out of the bladder lining naturally. By offering your fur baby a supplement that supports their future health, you may prevent the stress of urinary tract infection, bladder stones, and more. And remember, your veterinarian is your pet's best friend when it comes to protecting their health. So does pawTree have treats that are pH balanced for dogs? This is a question that someone sent in. And so we thought this was a few good questions to throw in here. Because the dog has a tendency to develop crystals or stones. So pawTree treats are made with a real meat and complementary fruits and vegetables. They have a low glycemic index and are good for dogs with previous urinary stones and crystals. As for our food, we do know that using grains generally results in a higher pH or less acidic urine. And pawTree offers a variety of grain-free recipes in addition to soy-based ingredients, and they contain large amounts of oxalates. And our dog food recipes, do not contain any soy, wheat, or corn. In addition, real named meat is always the first ingredient in our pet food, and we do not use any poultry byproducts. Another question is, does pawTree have a specialized food that will prevent bladder stones? The first thing we recommend is that you clear that bladder infection up first. pawTree food is considered a wellness diet as opposed to a prescription diet that you would get from your vet. Our food will not dissolve a stone, but rather our food and our Bladder Support Plus may help to prevent future stones. Another question is, my pet has bladder issues and was put on a prescription diet to dissolve their stones, but won't eat their food. Is it okay to use paw pairings to get my pet to eat their food? Yes. It is okay to use our paw pairings to get your pet to eat the prescription diet. Adding paw pairings to their meal will entice your pet to eat. Another question, when do I recommend paw pairings superfood seasonings versus bone broth? Both paw pairings superfood seasonings and bone broth are delicious and nutritious. Bone broth is nourishing, packed with vitamins and minerals, and a good source of protein, glycine, collagen, and glucosamine. It will help to hydrate your pets, even when served as a dry topper, as it encourages your pet to drink more water. Paw pairing superfood seasonings add both nutrition and delicious variety to each meal. They contain freeze-dried meat and 8 superfoods, vitamin and minerals to add nutrition to every meal and boost the immune system. And that is the last of the questions, unless y'all have some that you'd like to throw out there for us to answer. Anybody have any questions?
Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate you going through all this with us tonight. And just want to let everybody know about next month's class. It's going to be about natural wellness solutions for pets. We'll be covering a lot of kind of CBD, hemp related questions. things like that for December. So go ahead and register. Allison put the link if you want to just click on the link, or you're welcome to, scan the QR code to register for that. But I appreciate everybody that came here tonight. I am going to get the recording sent out to everybody who registered. So you should be getting that in your email in within the hour. So thank y'all so much. Till next time. Bye-bye.